Good morning, folks. Good morning to everyone here. It is 9:51 here in Columbus, Ohio. Starting off fresh here. Well, not fresh per se. I had a class like an hour ago, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this Q&A video here. And as usual, I'm gonna read these questions. I have a total of 22 questions this time, so we're gonna go through that. And that will be our Q&A video for this week. All right. Let's see, camera set up nice. Okay. Oh yeah. So as a reminder, if you have any questions that you would like me to answer in the video form like this, you have to post your question in this video particularly. Okay, if you post them anywhere else, like if you send them to my email, I may forget about them, and I may not be able to get back to you. So the best thing for you to do is post your questions in this video. So how this works is whenever I make a video answering questions and answers, I go back to I take the questions from the previous Q&A video. So for example, this video, I'm answering questions from last week's, well, I think it was 2 weeks ago when I made this video. All those questions that people asked me in that video, I'm going to be answering them in this video. Likewise, in the next video, if it's going to be next week, 2 weeks later, all the questions I get in this video, I will answer them in the next video. Okay, so I know there are some new viewers. Just want to let you guys know that, because I noticed that some people, they've been sending me questions to my email. So again, if you send questions to my email, I may not get back to you. So you may want to send me those questions to this video here if you want to get them answered, or any Q&A video. All right, well, particularly this video, because this is going to be the last, because once I answer questions in the next video, I'm only going to be referring back to the previous video, if that makes sense. All right, let's get started here. All right, first question by Michael Lloyd. Okay, let's see. Hi, this is Michael. What do you do to remember all the languages that you've learned? I see some responses: practice, 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 and lianxi, practice, practice, practice. And that will be my response. You have to practice. If you don't practice, you will start to forget. What they say, if you don't use it, you will lose it. And this applies to everyone. I don't care how much experience you have. If you don't practice the language, then you're going to start forgetting stuff. That's just how it works. So for me, I try to practice. I try to practice as much as I can. I get busy, but I still try to do something, at least practice something in that language. So that means going to a chat room, mainly chat rooms. Those chat rooms are my best friends, because I have easy access to them, and very easy access to the people. So practice. That's how you remember. All right, next question by Palabra, our friend Palabra. All right, so question 1: what languages do you speak at home with your wife and kids? Are your kids multilingual? What are the languages spoken in the house of Mr. and Mrs. McCormick? You asked me 2 questions. Any tips on raising children multilingually? I'm planning to do so. Question 2: for leveling up purpose, what do you prefer, train, bus, or car? I'm curious. Greetings to Columbus, Ohio from Switzerland. All right. First question: what languages do you speak at home? I'm gonna thumb this up. So, what languages do you speak at home with your wife and kids? So basically, for me, I speak English. Okay, I speak English with my kids. My wife, she would speak to them in Chinese. Sometimes she would speak English, but we talked about this, that she should speak to them in the Chinese and I speak to them in English. That's how it works. That's how you should do it when you're raising multilingual kids. If you got 2 parents of 2 different languages, they should do that. So that gives the children the exposure that they need to be able to communicate in that language. Now, it's not enough exposure, because they're going to need more exposure, but it's a good start. It's a really good start. Okay. Yeah, and you asked me, yeah, it's pretty much the same question. For leveling up purposes, what do you prefer, train, bus, or car? All of them. It doesn't even matter. I mean, the thing is being able to run into that speaker of the language at any time. It doesn't matter if it be on a train, car, bus. I mean, I don't have any preferences when it comes to that. It's just when I see them and I know that they're from a place that the country, the language that I'm studying or that I know, then I'll try to level up with them. So it doesn't really matter what place, where it's going to be taking place at. Thanks for your question. You have you have another question here. Question 3. All right. Where we at? 5 minutes. Okay. So during all these years you've learned languages, what was the language that you spoke the most besides English? I mean, the most amount of hours. Chinese. I'm not only talking about speaking the language for level up purposes. I mean, in your whole life. Stay healthy. Okay. So I would definitely say Chinese. That would be my most, after English, probably my most active language. Oh, I'm not actively learning language now, but that's the one I use the most, including leveling up and stuff like that. Yeah, probably I would definitely say Chinese, obviously, since that's my strongest foreign language. Wow, you have another question. How bad is Estonian grammar? I have to choose my next language, and it's going to be either Lithuanian or Estonian. I love how Estonian sounds. However, I heard there are 14 cases. I love all about Estonian language. So how hard is Estonian compared to Russian grammar cases? Greetings. Okay. Yeah, Estonian grammar is pretty complex. It's similar to Finnish. I would go as far as to say it's harder than Russian if you want to consider the cases. Lithuanian, I dabbled around with Lithuanian a little bit. I haven't studied enough to talk enough about the number of cases and the grammar and stuff. But I would just say I would say go with whatever one that entices you the most. I will go with that one. Whichever one that you're more interested in, just choose that one. But I know for a fact Estonian grammar is pretty complex because it's similar to Finnish. And yeah, so it's up to you, man. It's really up to you. Wow, you got a lot of questions. When leveling up, this is question 5. Let me see. When leveling up, don't people ask why you are filming them? I mean, they can see the camera, right? Is the camera hidden or something, or do you just hold it in your hands? Greetings. They can't see it. My camera is concealed. It's in my hat. When I use my cell phone on unexpected level ups, they can see the cell phone in my hand, but I'm holding it in a way that I'm holding the cell phone in a way that they can't tell that I'm recording. That's why you see like those videos be sideways, because I hold the camera to not make it obvious. So yeah, my camera's concealed. They can't see it. Now it is obvious though. If you really pay attention, look at the hat, like at my hat. If you really look at it, you can tell there's a camera in there. Hold on for a second. Take some water here. Oh, sense you, baby. Yeah, if you pay attention, like if I'm sitting down and you look at my hat, you could tell that there's a camera there. You could really tell there, but you would have to really be paying close attention. Now, I've had a couple people, spot the camera, and they ask me, "Is that a camera?" And then that's how they know it's a camera. And I'll just tell them I wouldn't lie to them. I'll just say, yeah, it's the camera, because it's obvious. If you pay close attention, you could tell it's a camera. So I just say, yeah, it's a camera, and I just tell them, and they say, wow, that's awesome. They start saying it's awesome, and then they get interested in the actual footage. I think I was recording one time, and a woman, she noticed the camera, and she wanted the video and everything. She was like, am I gonna be in the video? I want to see it. So I gave her my YouTube channel and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think 99% of the time people don't know. They can't see it. They can't see it. Because I mean, if they like I said, if they see it, if they see that and they notice the camera, then I'll go in and tell them and explain to them what I'm doing. But if I just come straight out and tell them, oh, look, I'm recording and blah blah blah, that's gonna change the dynamic of the level up. It's not gonna be the same, you know. So thanks a lot for your questions, Palabra. If you have any more questions, which I'm sure you will, post them in this video that I'm going to release. Michael Floyd again. Hey, it's me again. I have another question. Have you ever think of making an FLR method for kids? And if so, how would you break it down for them? Good question. Right now, I'm not really focused on doing that since I have a lot of other things I have to do. I still have a lot of updates and stuff. I've actually considered that. I have some ideas, but I probably won't start working on those ideas until like the future, maybe like 3 years later, 4 years later. I have too much stuff, other things that I have to do initially. So most definitely. All right. Thanks for your question, Mr. Lloyd. Let me see. Oh, I know this person. This person was on my stream. Ka Chun Lam. I think this person is from Hong Kong. Hi Moses, I'd like to know how you learned to pronounce the roll R in language like Russian and Spanish. One, I'm learning Russian and I find it difficult to pronounce the roll R. Any tips about how you manage to pronounce it? Do you just keep practicing and one day you are suddenly pronouncing? Is the roll R in Russian different from that in Spanish and Italian? Would like to get your insights as much as you know so many languages. Thanks a lot. I'm your fan from Hong Kong. Okay, yeah, I remember seeing you. Thanks a lot for your comment. Yeah, you know what? Actually, that's interesting. I like that question because I couldn't roll my tongue a long time ago, and I didn't think I would ever learn how to do that. When I first started doing that, I started with the flap. The flap is like like that, and I just kept doing that over and over. I kept practicing. It was hard at first, and eventually, I just started. I started getting that. I started getting that sound. It just started coming. So, you know, I was so excited. I was like, wow, I could do it. I was really excited. So really, you just have to practice. I would say start with the flap, like and just keep trying to make the rolling sound. Just keep practicing, and you will get it. And like I said, I was unable to make that sound, and I didn't think I was ever going to be able to make that sound. But with the practice and the time, it came. And I think it was after about 5 or 6 months of practicing, and I got it. So it didn't take like many years or anything. It just took a lot of practice and the effort of trying to make that sound. So yeah, just keep practicing, man. You'll get it. The roll, it's pretty much the same as a Russian, and the Russian Spanish sound. They pretty much have that similar sound. Yeah. Just keep practicing. You'll get it, man. Just keep on practicing. Yet tight, guy. Yet tight. All right. Thanks for your question. And I'll see you I'm pretty sure I'll see you on the stream next time. Vittorio da Reguno. This is another one of my stream followers. Hi, Mos. I'm looking to learn Spanish in the future, more Latin American Spanish. However, I'm bilingual Spanish, which is not Latin Spanish. Will this affect me using the course first, or should I use Teach Yourself in colloquial Latin Spanish first? I think if you're more interested in Latin American Spanish, don't start using the ASIMIL course. I wouldn't do that. I would use, definitely do a Teach Yourself and a colloquial. I wouldn't do the ASIMIL Spanish because that's European Spanish. That's a Spaniard accent. So if you're leaning more towards the Latin American, don't use the ASIMIL. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Thanks for your question, Vittorio. Next question, Roger. Hey, Moses, I'm Roger from Belarusia. Do you know where it is? My question is, can you learn all the language in the world? Thanks. Actually, I never heard of that place, Belarusia. If you don't mind me, I'm gonna look that up. You got me starving here for. Let me see. Let me see where that is, because I never heard of that place. Oh, Russian. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Ukraine and dating sites popped up. Let me see. That's interesting. I'm really curious to know where that place is at. Are you playing with me? Is that a real place? Oh, man, I spelled it wrong. Oh my goodness, great. Oh, man, well, give me a second. I'm gonna look this up here. Oh, okay. This is in Spain. Okay. Granja. Yeah, that was my first time hearing about that place. Okay, yeah, that was my first time, Roger. I never heard of that place before. But greetings, welcome to my channel. Can you learn all the languages in the world? Can I? Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, I would say I can. I would say I can. I would have to keep realistic goals for doing that, but yeah, it's possible. It's very possible. All right, thanks a lot for your question, Roger, and thanks for pointing that place out, because I never heard of Motarussa before. All right, next question by Mr. Trindaddy, Nelson Trindaddy. Hi there. I was wondering if you're still aiming to learn all the languages in the world, or if you have a fixed number of languages you want to learn. I don't have a I don't think I ever said I would learn all the languages in the world, because I just learn. I'm just as time goes by, I just learn. So whatever I learn, I'm going to learn. I don't have a set number of language I want to learn. I just want to keep learning. Whatever sparks my interest, I'm going to try to learn that or learn something. Okay. I don't have a set number. Just kind of going with the flow, going with the time. So, let me see. Demolitionator. In some of your older videos, like Polyglot Master Schedule, and how many language am I learning now, you had a schedule with parentheses and tally marks. Do you still have a schedule like this? If not, what do you do for your non-active languages currently? Thanks for your question, Demolitionator. Yeah, that I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't have a schedule like that. I don't do that like how I used to do before. But my non-active languages, I don't really have a schedule for those. I just practice them. Just, if I feel like practicing that language, I just practice them. I don't have a schedule that practice them, because for my active languages, I already have a set schedule, a pretty intense schedule. If I make a schedule for those non-active languages, it will make things more. It will make me more busy, and make the process more complicated. So I just practice whatever I like. For example, like Japanese is not an active language. If I want to practice Japanese, I'll just go talk with someone. Same with Chinese or Korean, whatever. I'll just go talk with someone. That's what I do. It just depends. Someday I may feel like speaking Japanese. I'll do that, but I don't have a set schedule for my non-active languages. I mean, you could do that, but like I said, if you have a huge active if you have a huge active list, then it's going to be hard to have, because you have that's going to be two different schedules. So planning is important. Planning. My schedule now, I showed everyone my these languages that I'm doing now. These are my current active languages on this list. I showed many of my followers on the stream. So I got that, and then I have my time schedule here for those languages. So yeah. All right, moving on to the next question. Wait. Okay, let me see. Wow, we're getting to the end here. Okay, Kevin Tran, I have a question. Is it possible to learn a language without translating into your native language? That's an interesting question. Well, it's that. Now, I think that learning language like that, you have to be in a situation where where it's all immersion, and you just picking up the language based off of circumstances, context, commands. Yeah, like you have to be. I'm thinking what this makes me think of living in a village somewhere, in a remote village somewhere where they speak a particular language and there's no English, and I just have to be immersed in that culture and just pick up the language based off of context. They're pointing, and I had to pick it up like that. See, in that regards, you have to learn language without learning it through your native language, obviously. But I think it's possible if you be in that situation. I think it's possible. I think it's very possible. I mean, look at kids, how they learn. So I think it can happen. It could be possible. Wow, is that all the questions? I think they'll. Wow, this is a short one here. 22 questions. Yeah, I think that's it. It feels unbelievable. I'm used to answering more questions. So yeah. So thanks a lot for your questions. And again, as I said before, if you have any questions, post them in this video if you would like me to answer them in next week's Q&A. What else can I mention before I sign off here? I think that's it. I think that's it. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. All right, guys. You guys take it easy. Thanks for your questions, and I will see you guys soon. I may get on a stream today. If you're not subscribed to my channel, you may want to subscribe so you can check me out on the stream. I've been making a lot of stream videos lately, and yeah, they've been entertaining, been very fun. And also, if you miss the stream, then it will post. Oh, you guys know that. If you miss the stream, it will post, so you'll be able to see it. But anyway, that is it. That is it for this week's Q&A video. And again, if you have any questions, post them in this video, and I will answer them in next week's Q&A. Or if I don't get busy, I'll just say the next Q&A video. All right, you guys take it easy, and see you next time. Peace.